Gunmen murder traditional ruler, son in Taraba as Governor Kefas orders security operatives to fish out killers. Federal government fines Meta $220 million for data privacy violations. CBN issues directives to banks over unclaimed balances, dormant accounts. On the foreign scene, Bangladesh army deployed a student protest turned deadly. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thanks for joining us. Unknown gunmen have killed the chief of Chanchangi in Takum local government area of Taraba state. A source from Takum said the chief, a third-class ruler, was gunned down along the Takum-Wukari road at about 4 p.m. on Friday. The source, who pleaded anonymity, said the traditional ruler Hamidu was returning from Takum town in his private car driven by his eldest son when they were attacked and killed by the gunmen. He said the gunmen, after killing the traditional ruler and his son, abandoned the corpses inside the car and escaped into the forest. The state police spokesperson, Gambo Kwache, confirmed the incident to newsmen in the early hours of Saturday. Reacting, Taraba State Governor Abu Kefas has condemned the killing of the Gara of Chanchangi, Tanimu Kumbiya, and his son, Yusuf. The governor, while reacting to the murder of the traditional ruler, described it as tragic, the manner in which the late monarch was hawked down on his way from a funeral event in Takum. Kefas ordered security agents to immediately investigate the circumstances leading to the monarch's death and also go after the perpetrators of the crime. He said everyone involved must be brought to justice as soon as possible. The governor, while suing for calm from Takum residents, said he would leave no stone unturned to fetch out the criminals and bring them to justice in the shortest time possible. Governor Kefas also condoled with the people of Chanchangi and Takum, stressing the need for all to remain calm and work towards peaceful coexistence. Still in security matters, operatives of the Department of Security Service DSS in Kano have arrested one of the masterminds of the kidnap of the mother of ace political singer Dauda Kahutu Rarara. Reports say the operatives have also killed one of the suspects in a covert operation. According to a highly placed source in the command, 26.5 million naira was also recovered in the process. The source said the Kano Command Operative Tactical Team, based on reliable intel, busted a gang of 5 bandits in Makarfi bushes where they were sharing the ransom money. One Hamisu Tucker is currently in custody with gunshot injuries, while Bature was killed. The armed men had broken into the residence of the mother, Hajia Hawa Adamu, in Kahutu and abducted her about 3 weeks ago. She, however, regained freedom after spending 20 days in captivity. From Plateau State, a youth leader of the Mieti Alakatu British Association of Nigeria MACBAN in Basa local government area of Plateau State, Yakubu Muhammad, has been killed by gunmen. State chapter of MACBAN, while confirming the incident, also said the gunmen injured 2 others during the attack. Adamusa tells us more.
The youth leader was shot dead by the gunmen in the Jebu area of Basa around 7:40 p.m. on Thursday, while he was sitting at a tea selling point in the area. Prior to his death, the deceased was a member of a 57-man peace implementation committee established by the General Officer Commanding 3 Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Abdulsalam Abubakar. The committee was formed by the GOC following eruption of the crisis between farmers and herders in the area. The MACBAN chairman of Basa local government area, Yao Idris, described the killing of the group's youth leader as unfortunate, calling members of the group to remain calm. The killing of the youth leader is surprising and scary. As a leader, whenever you stand for the truth, people will be after you. He was not a thief or a criminal. I call on the security to fish out the perpetrators of the act. The state chairman of Gang Allah Fulani Development Association, Garba Abdullahi, also called for thorough investigation.
Yakubu, we know him, is a very good person. People that killed him didn't kill him because he's a criminal. They killed him because he's saying the truth and he's standing for the truth. And he is helping in keeping this place very peaceful, more especially Basa local government. So his assailants came and killed him for reason best known to them. They don't know why they killed him. So we are not suspecting anybody for now. It is the work of the security to fish out the perpetrators and bring them to court.
The father of the victim, Muhammad Sani, said he has accepted the death of his son in good faith. I have accepted the killing of Yakubu in good faith. It is painful, but there is nothing I could do. I call on security to do the needful to investigate the matter so as to prevent further occurrence. While sympathizing with the family of the deceased during the burial, the Chief of Staff of the Operation Safe Haven, Brigadier General M.O. Agi, condemned the incident, assuring that they will do everything possible to ensure justice for the deceased. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taril Lagbaja, has rewarded 3 soldiers of Operation Hadinkai for their exceptional efforts against insurgents and adversaries at the war front. The Army Chief, while announcing the award at a special dinner, said the Army will continue to focus on restoring peace in the Northeast region for economic activities to resume. Trust TV's Beatrice Gurutsi tells us more.
It is a special dinner to celebrate the successes recorded at the front lines on completion of the dry season operations in enclaves of terrorists and others. The night was also dedicated to fallen heroes with a minute of silence observed in honor of the departed who paid the supreme price. The dinner afforded troops and sideline soldiers to chat and share experiences from the operation. The Chief of Army Staff, represented by the Theatre Commander of Operation Hadinkai, rewarded 3 soldiers with houses for their heroics during the operations. The Theatre Commander of Operation Hadinkai, Major General Waidi Shaibu, appreciated troops for their conduct and professionalism during operations. He added that it will restore peace for socio-economic activities to thrive in the Northeast.
It is also said that seeing is believing. You have interacted with your officers, you have interacted with the theatre commander, and the messages we have told you, the promises we have made to you, you can see them being fulfilled gradually. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
So to this end, I want to thank you all for your patience, your commitment to duty, and the professionalism that you have displayed, and encourage you to keep it up. And together we will strive to ensure we achieve our mandate of restoring peace in the Northeast sector of operations for socio-economic activities to thrive.
It is expected that the rewards for the outstanding soldiers will boost the morale of others at the battlefront. Beatrice Gurutsi, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
The federal government has fined the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, Meta Platforms Incorporated, the sum of $220 million for an unauthorized appropriation of personal data without user consent, discriminatory practices against Nigerian users, and the abuse of Meta's dominant market position. A statement by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, on Friday said the decision was taken after its joint investigation with the Nigerian Data Protection Commission, NDPC, revealed extensive and ongoing violations of Nigerian laws following a comprehensive 38-month investigation into its data privacy practices and market behavior. According to the statements, between May 2021 and December 2023, the investigation scrutinized Meta's privacy policies and practices, uncovering multiple infringements of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act, FCCPA, and the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, NDPR. These violations include the unauthorized appropriation of personal data without user consent, discriminatory practices against Nigerian users, and the abuse of Meta's dominant market position. The investigation concluded that Meta engaged in abusive and invasive practices against Nigerian data subjects, such as transferring personal data across borders without authorization and forcing users to accept exploitative privacy policies. Despite being given numerous opportunities to present their case, Meta's defenses were deemed insufficient by the regulatory bodies. In political matters, the local government election in Ebonyi State was marred by voters' apathy and boycott by opposition parties, as only the ruling All Progressives Congress APC presented candidates for the exercise. The election was held in the 171 wards of the 13 councils of the state this Saturday. People came out in trickles to vote, while election materials and officers of the Ebonyi State Independent Electoral Commission (EPSEC) arrived late to many polling units. Now, some voters attributed the apathy to the non-fielding of candidates by opposition parties. In most units, the electoral officers and materials arrived late as accreditation and voting commenced simultaneously at 10:40 a.m. In some areas in Abakaliki metropolis, people were seen going about their businesses, though there was restriction of human and vehicular movements. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, in its latest report says food inflation has surged to 40.87% in the month of June 2024, with prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages concurrently rising as a result of the surge. According to the Bureau, headline inflation rate in June showed an increase of 0.24% points when compared to the May 2024 headline inflation rate, leading to the continuous economic hardship in the country. In this report, Noel Sampson speaks to FCT residents and the continuous economic hardship, and also gets the views of civil society members on the way forward. His report.
For some FCT residents, it is a mixed bag of feelings as the inflation rate in the country continues its steady rise and the resultant effect on their daily lives.
Like, my business is not moving very well. You're using a very huge of money to pay transport to purchase your goods. It affected me. Because when we bring the goods down here to sell in a cost price for people, people refuse to buy.
Everybody go the same market. Everybody go the same market. We buy the same. It's the same price to everybody. So, but the income there are difference level of income. So that's just the effect. Because like I told you, when that's the only thing that is sustaining us. When you buy high, you sell high. When you want to buy again, you can buy high. I don't think there's much effect there.
Things, keep increasing. The prices of things in the market keep increasing. When you go to buy something today, maybe you buy 2,000 naira, and tomorrow in the morning, but when you go there to buy the same thing in the morning, you'll be buying it 3,000, and the same thing the following day, and it keep increasing, and there's no solution at our side. So completely, in fact, if I can have my way, I will actually leave the country.
Meanwhile, these civil society representatives from their observations say they have been able to identify the problems with the economy and how they can be addressed.
The system is not working. Everybody is suffering. People, in fact, people begin to lose hope in every sector of the government, both the executives, the legislative, and the judiciary. Corruption is everywhere. Inflation is everywhere. Full inflation is everywhere. One, you see, all this removal of these subsidies, anywhere Mr. President removes subsidy, I don't even need to list them, be it electricity, be it fuel prices, be it whatever it is, Mr. President should bring back those subsidies. Policies should be based on the interests of Nigerians, not interests of foreigners.
So, and there's an economic team that was actually set up by the president, ably led by the vice president of the nation. So what we are saying is, for over a year now, instead of salvaging or reducing the problems or sufferings of Nigerians, we have seen a very high increase in suffering in terms of everything we've highlighted since. So what we are talking about is, let there be a change in the leadership of the economic team. Let's have a new economic team come on board and give it their own try. Let's see what's going to happen. But as far as we are concerned, we are no longer having any trust in the current set of economic team that the president have actually put together.
Nigerians are appealing to the federal government to put modalities in place to arrest the upward trend in inflation in order to reduce the cost of living. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, the National Bureau of Statistics again has revealed that the vote buying increased by 5% in the 2023 general elections. In a recent report titled Corruption in Nigeria, Patterns and Trends, third survey on corruption as experienced by the population, said the elections recorded 22% of vote buying, which is 5% higher than the 2019 general elections with 17%. The agency disclosed that 22% of Nigerian citizens reported that they were personally offered money in exchange for a vote before or during the 2023 general election, while 9% were offered another favor. The NBS, however, said its survey revealed that some electorates were not influenced by their voting decisions even after collecting money or favor. In an analysis of the vote buying by zones, NBS stated that there were minimal to no changes in southwest, south-south, and the north-central parts of the country between 2019 and 2023. The northwest, according to the NBS, increased from 23% in 2019 to 44% in 2023. Arguing that the Northwest Zone recorded a relatively high share of 55% of citizens who were offered money or another favor in exchange for their vote. To more news. President Bola Tinubu has felicitated Justice Stella Anukam on her re-election as judge of the African Court on Human and People's Rights for another term of 6 years. Justice Anukam was re-elected at the African Union Media Coordination Meeting Executive Council in Accra, Ghana on Friday. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President, Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, on Saturday said President Tinubu commended Justice Anukam for her contributions to the development of human rights jurisprudence on the continent and enjoined her to continue to bring her invaluable knowledge and insights to the African Court. The African Court on Human and People's Rights is a continental court established by African states to ensure the protection of human and people's rights in Africa. It complements the functions of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. The court is composed of 11 judges, nominated by members state of the AU and elected by the AU Assembly of Heads of State and Government. Nigeria is a state party to the protocol established in the court, having ratified it in 2004. President Bola Tinubu met on Friday at State House Abuja with service chiefs, challenging them to bring down the level of oil theft in the country. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun, who spoke with newsmen at State House Abuja after the security meeting, stressed that crime rates were going down across the country. However, Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa, in contrast, said the security agencies were working to bring down the level of oil theft in the country. Kayode Amodu reports.
The insecurity across the country shows no sign of abating, with reports of breaches occurring from day to day. But at this routine security meeting with the president, the service chiefs are reporting that crime rate is going down. The president, it seems, is satisfied with this report.
Mr. President is happy with what we are doing. He's satisfied with our reports. He has challenged us to continue to work together and improve our synergy. And that's all. As Inspector General of Police, I have the records of all reported crimes across the country. And I can tell you that crime rate is declining in Nigeria. Records don't lie. The records are there. So I can assure you that we continue to do whatever we are doing to maintain the decline in the crime rate.
We all need to put hands together to achieve this success. Nobody can do it alone. No single service, no single individual can do this. We all need to work together, including the states. We understand that communities are going through so much, and the president is going to address those issues to ensure that we have full production.
President is insistent that the level of oil theft must go down, and a target has been set.
His mandate, like we mentioned days back, is for us to restore full production. We are targeting 2.1 million barrels per day, which is achievable. So we're taking steps to ensure that all that is required to be done is done. The president is fully aware of the cries and hues of the communities, and he's not going to let them down. The communities should rest assured that steps are going to be taken to address their grievances so that productions will continue. And for the criminals, those ones that are hell-bent in destroying our infrastructure, stealing our crude for whatever reason, the days are numbered. They should rest assured that we're coming after them.
President Tinubu is clearly focused on restoring oil and gas production to its desired quota, in the strong belief that without this, there cannot be economic stability. The service chiefs have pledged to settle the crisis around operational areas, in line with the president's directive. From State House Abuja, Kehinde Amudu, Trust TV News.
Now, the leadership of the House of Representatives have visited a Dangote petroleum refinery in Lagos. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, led the lawmakers who arrived at the refinery located in the Lekki Free Trade Zone in the state. Africa's richest man and president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, and top executives of the refineries received the lawmakers. The lawmakers are expected to take a tour of the 650,000 barrels per day refinery during the visit. The visit marks the second time federal lawmakers will visit the refinery in 2 months. It also comes at a crucial time for the refinery, as it is scheduled to start the supply of petrol next month, while also battling what it says are attempts by international oil companies to frustrate its access to crude oil needed for production. In June, Senate President Godswill Akpabio led the leadership of the Senate on a tour of the refinery, praising the project and pledging support for it. In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has directed banks and other financial institutions to transfer all dormant accounts, unclaimed balances, and other financial assets to its dedicated account. The Apex Bank made this known in a circular released on Friday and signed by its Acting Director of Financial Policy and Banking Regulation Department, John Onoja. According to the CBN, all dormant accounts and unclaimed balances with banks for at least 10 years will be warehoused in a dedicated account known as the Unclaimed Balances Trust Fund Pool account. The Apex Bank added that the funds from dormant accounts, unclaimed balances, may be invested in the Nigerian Treasury bills and other government securities. The CBN, however, said the new guidelines, which is a review of the guidelines issued in October 2015, exempted dormant accounts and unclaimed balances under litigation and investigation. Away from Nigeria, soldiers were patrolling Bangladeshi cities on Saturday to quell growing civil unrest sparked by student. And finally, in sports, Chijioke Mboma has won the Nigeria Premier Football League Player of the Season award. Mboma was bestowed with the honor at the League Bloggers Award in Lagos. 21-year-old registered 18 goals in the 2023-2024 MPFL season. Mboma beat Sikiru Alimi of Remo Stars and Albert Hilary of Plateau United to the award. His goal contributions helped Enyimba secure a CAF Confederation Cup slot on the final day of the season. Mboma is currently attracting the interest from top clubs abroad. And that's it for news updates at this time. For more of our news, programs and documentaries, please follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us.